Good afternoon, I am Precious Mzea Sakaleji. Welcome to Camnet TV Midday News. The headlines. CHISHIMBA KAMBWILI urges Zambians to denounce regionalism when voting in honor of KK. Government debt stock negatively affecting business in Zambia, reveals a central bank governor. Join me with the Midday News in detail after this commercial.
Our achievements in the health sector. As the Patriotic Front government, we have recruited and deployed 27,000 nurses and other health personnel across the country to provide the much-needed healthcare, including the fight against COVID-19, child healthcare, as well as maternity care to all parts of the country. Vote for Edgar Chagwa Lungu and the PF that have brought you change.
And now the media news in detail. The Non-Governmental Gender Organizations Coordinating Council NGOCC is saddened by the passing of Chief Justice IRENE MAMBILIMA. NGOCC Board Chairperson Mary Mlenga says the death of Justice MAMBILIMA has robbed the nation of a talented woman who contributed heavily to the country's legal system. Mrs. Mlenga notes that as a lawyer, Ms. MAMBILIMA acquitted herself through her distinguished service for the nation, which saw her rise to the apex of the legal profession. She further describes Justice MAMBILIMA as a mentor and an inspiration to a lot of young women through her distinguished leadership and an icon of transformative leadership of integrity.
The death of Justice MAMBILIMA has without doubt yet again robbed the nation of a talented woman who contributed heavily to the country's legal jurisprudence. As a lawyer, Ms. MAMBILIMA acquitted herself through her distinguished service to the nation, which saw her rise to the apex of the legal profession. Justice MAMBILIMA had over the years been a mentor and an inspiration to a lot of young women, and through her distinguished leadership, she was an icon of transformative leadership of integrity. As we mourn this great woman, we urge other leaders in general and young women in particular to emulate this illustrious woman whose selflessness and determination was there for all to see. She proved in many ways that with focus and resilience, women can break through patriarchal barriers at all levels.
Various political parties took turns in signing the Book of Condolences set up for the late First Republican President Dr. Kenneth Kaunda at his residence in Lusaka. Among the Movement for Democratic Change Vice President Leonard Hakaumba, who eulogized Dr. Kaunda, describing him as a man whose legacy will live on. Mr. Hakaumba has cited the principle of humanism, which placed a human being above anything else, making it a abiding source of the nation. And speaking on the sidelines, MDC Media Director Thabo Kawana encouraged members of the UPND Alliance to go out there and converse for votes in a peaceful manner as one Zambia, one nation, in line with what the founding father fought for.
The philosophy of humanism. He propounded and insisted that we should follow the principles of humanism. And humanism was nothing but a principle or a philosophy which placed the human being above everything else. And to that end, it meant that whatever activities, whatever programs the country was engaged in, the ultimate was to see how such activities, such programs would benefit the human being.
Now, the instruction that has come from President Hakainde is very clear. It is not necessary to go out there and canvass for votes, because the vote is already decided. The people of Zambia have already decided they are changing government and they are ushering in the UPND alliance. The canvassing, we are now going out to the country with an instruction from our leaders, is to go and canvass for love, canvass for peace, and canvass for no violence, to ensure that we honor President Kaunda, and we ensure that we hold an election in an environment that is not only free and fair, but is free of violence. An environment that late President Kaunda himself would have loved to see. And that is what the UPND and its alliance partners are going out there to do, to go and ensure that we campaign for peace, we campaign for unity, we campaign for love as one Zambia, one nation.
And Patriotic Front CHISHIMBA KAMBWILI has praised the foundation that was laid by Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. He says Dr. Kaunda managed to unite the country without looking at regions during voting. And Party of National Unity President Haivi Hamududu says Dr. Kaunda is the foundation of Zambia's history and nothing can be told without making mention of his name. He says President Kaunda created an equitable ladder for many, describing it as a fundamental lesson he has left.
It is not easy to unite an African country. The late President Kenneth David Puchiza Kaunda managed to unite all the 73 tribes under one motto of one Zambia, one nation. During unique time, we didn't look at regions when voting. We all looked at the fact that there was an election in Zambia. Today, regionalism in voting, tribalism in voting has started showing its ugly face on the Zambian political scene. And this must be fought with the vigor that it deserves. Because if we are not careful, we can end up the Kenyan way, where tribalism is the order of the day when it comes to elections. Every Zambian in every corner must elect leaders based on their ability to perform, not based on the fact that this one comes from here. Today we are seeing statements of people saying we don't have to worry about campaigning in a particular area because the people from here will vote their own.
It's very gratifying that by the time Dr. Kaunda left power, the mission of decolonization of Africa was literally completed, except maybe one gray area, maybe North Africa. By the time he was leaving, Namibia was free, Zimbabwe was free, Mozambique was free, Angola was free, and we had broken the back of apartheid, that monster. By 1990, Mandela was out and apartheid was outlawed. What was remaining just was the elections of 1994. So Dr. Kaunda had managed to accomplish his mission, especially the liberation struggle. And this is a challenge to us upcoming politicians. Up to now, no president in this country, no president has beaten the record of Kaunda. It's a challenge to us who want to be presidents, that within a period of less than 30 years, they won the most difficult war of liberation heroically.
Caritas Zambia Executive Director Eugene Kabilika has advised the youth to ensure that they become change agents wherever they are. He says it is important that youth take part in matters of national importance such as governance. Mr. Kabilika was speaking at a meeting attended by various political party youths aimed at stopping the root of political violence. Meanwhile, immediate past General Secretary for the Council of Churches in Zambia, Reverend Suzanne Matale, has urged the youths to be ambassadors of peace, adding that violence has no value at any given time. She says violence has delayed development in this country.
A million youths sitting in this room right now because you
as an ambassador of peace, is not going to keep your mouth shut after this meeting. You are going to influence, you're going to speak, you're going to take the message to the over 500,000 youths that are sitting here, because their blood is on your head. If you do not take the peace message that these men of God are going to illustrate to you this morning, you are guilty of an offense of destroying this country. So I am proposing, and I am sure that 280,000 youths are sitting in this room. You are from UNID, MMD, FF, whatever it was. EFF, yes. Yes. I know that there are so many youths under these wings. And I know that even people from the media are also part of this, because they are going to disseminate this information to hundreds and thousands of young people in this country.
Some dioceses, you discover that they've created what they call peace clubs in schools. And these peace clubs are supposed to be joined by people who are still in school. They have also programs, awareness programs that they carry out in the communities, where they have programs that go beyond just the political programs. They have livelihood programs. So usually the livelihood programs, we also combine the issues of governance that are there. So you find different strengths according to the strength of each of those dioceses. At the national level, we cannot dictate what the diocese does, because we strongly believe in the decentralization situation.
Well, that news item brings us to the end of Camnet TV Media News, but before we go, here are the headlines once again. CHISHIMBA KAMBWILI urges Zambians to denounce regionalism when voting in honor of KK. The women's movement MOURN Chief Justice IRENE MAMBILIMA. Thank you for joining me. I am Precious Mzeya Sakaleji. Remember to always wear your mask, wash your hands for at least 20 seconds, or use alcohol hand-based hand sanitizer, and avoid crowded places. Stay safe. Good afternoon.